Sir, good evening.
Very good evening. Very good evening.
So happy to connect.
So prompt 6:29.
Absolutely.
I was worried because the typical GSB style of getting into the class on time still continues.
Absolutely. Not GSB alone.
But that was most memorable, but so glad because I was just worried only because of you sharp on time.
Yes.
Nice to be there.
Yes, sir. Welcome. Thank you for joining.
Am I audible wise much better?
Absolutely, you're audible. Maybe the screen, maybe the lighting background, if you can shift it.
One second. This would be better.
Yeah, this is better. Yes.
Change the direction.
Yeah, absolutely. So, shall we begin? Are you ready? Saurav, you yourself will share the PPT, right?
Yes, I'll be having the PPT. Shall I send the PPT to somebody else?
Yeah, you can send me, but if you are finding difficult, we'll share from here.
No, I'm comfortable. If there is any problem, I will get back.
No, maybe you can share the, just you can send me in WhatsApp also your PPT.
Just 1 second.
We can spare by. We can have
no issues. I'll send it to you.
Yes.
I think it will be easy. I think you received it.
Yeah, yes, received it. Thank you.
You can even proceed.
Yeah, sure. The team, MC team, can we begin the session? Yeah, we can.
In a world of constant change, the ability to adapt is the greatest strength we can possess. A very pleasant evening to everyone gathered here. It is my pleasure to welcome our distinguished resource person, head of the department, and respected faculty members, all our enthusiastic participants, to the third day of national level virtual faculty development program. Today's session is centered on the theme flex thinking and anti-fragility, encouraging us to embrace change, build resilience, and transform challenges into opportunity for the growth. Manoj, it is my honor to serve as your master of ceremony for today's program. As we progress through this enriching faculty development program, let us continue to embrace new ideas, broaden our perspectives, and prepare ourselves for the ever-evolving world of management and leadership. May every prayer strengthen our purpose, every blessing enrich our journey, and every moment inspire us to learn. With grateful heart, let us seek the blessing of the Almighty for a meaningful and successful day of learning. May I request everyone kindly join with us for the prayer song.
Breathe in me, O Holy Spirit, that my thoughts may be whole.
The warmth of a welcome brings people together and create the perfect environment for learning. To formally greet and to welcome everyone, I now invite Ms. Srimati from 2nd MBA.
A very pleasant evening to one and all. It gives me an immense pleasure and privilege to welcome you all to the third day of National Level Virtual Faculty Development Program organized by PG and Research Department of Management Studies, Sacred College, Autonomous, Tirupattur. First and foremost, I extend my respectful and heartfelt welcome to our convener, Dr. S. Sasikumar, at PG and Research Department of Management Studies. Sir, your visionary leadership, constant guidance, and dedicated efforts have been instrumental in organizing this national level virtual faculty development program. We are truly honored by your presence. It's indeed a great honor to extend a warm welcome to our distinguished resource person, Mr. Sarnan Subramanian, Assistant Professor, Senior Grade, MBA, Knowledge Institute of Technology, Salem, and Master Trainer, Entrepreneurship Development and Innovation Institute, Chennai. Sir, we are delighted to have you with us for today's session on flex thinking and anti-fragility. We are confident that your expertise and valuable insights will make this session highly informative and inspiring. I also extend my warm welcome to our respected co-convener, Dr. J. Sasikant. A special warm welcome to our organizing secretaries, Professor G. Lawrence, Dr. S. Ranjita. I also warmly welcome our organizing coordinators, Professor Y. Joseph Santosh Kumar, Dr. A. Ragini. Finally, I extend my heartfelt welcome to all the respected faculty members, participants, and TS students who have joined us through this virtual faculty development program. Your enthusiastic participation make this program truly meaningful and successful. With these words, I once again extend a warm welcome to each and every one of you. I wish you all a highly informative, enriching learning experience. Thank you. Have a wonderful session.
Thank you. GL, shall I proceed?
Hold on, sir. Sir, just hold on.
Thank you, Ms. Srimati. Your warm welcome has truly created an inspiring beginning for today's program. An inspiring speaker has the ability to transform knowledge into meaningful experience. I now invite Mr. Venkatesh from 2nd MBA to introduce our esteemed resource person.
Good evening to everyone. It's my privilege to introduce our esteemed resource person, Professor S. Saravanan. Saravanan is a highly accomplished management educator, researcher, and corporate trainer with over 20 years of experience in teaching, research, faculty development, and entrepreneurship education. He has served in prestigious institutions, including the Indian Institute of Management, Ahmedabad, and the Indian Institute of Management, Bangalore. Sir is pursuing his PhD at Alagappa University and has received several prestigious awards and recognition, including the UGC Junior Research Fellowship, the Faculty Achiever Award, and the Kanyan Pungaran Award. The resource person has conducted more than 150 training and development programs, published 21 research papers, presented 27 conference papers, and co-authored the book New Frontiers of Marketing. His areas of expertise including marketing, corporate strategy, entrepreneurship development, design thinking, and business model canvas. Dear participant, I am sure today's session will inspire all of us with valuable knowledge, practical insights, and new perspectives. Let us give our full attention and make the best use of this wonderful learning opportunity. Once again, let us extend a warm welcome to Professor S. Saravanan and invite him to deliver his insightful session. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Venkatesh, for the wonderful introduction. Growth begins when we learn to see change as an opportunity rather than a challenge. With an immense honor, I invite our esteemed resource person, Mr. Saravanan Subramanian, to deliver today's technical session on the theme Flux Thinking and Anti-Fragility. Sir, your expertise and professional experience will undoubtedly provide us with a valuable insights into building resilience and thriving amidst uncertainty. Sir, we are honored by your presence. The virtual platform is now yours.
Okay. Thank you. And my before I start, my appreciation to Kiran, Venkatesh, Srimati. I'm sure it would be trained by Professor GL. So heartiest congratulations to all three. I could not find any fault. Thank you so much. It was so perfect fitting. You young chaps were really trained well. I'm sure this will help you in future. I'm so glad that that young minds were really trained well. Congratulations, GL sir, as well as Sashi Kumar sir. I feel very happy. And coming to the topic, now we are 6:40 exactly. So 10 minutes spared. GL is a taskmaster. He already got the job done by the students. So I will completely use English. Is that okay? Because somebody, if anyone who is not in a position to understand any other language, vernacular, it might be Tamil, Telugu, Kannada, whatever it is. So 100% I'll go with English.
Yes,
In
yes,
case
yes.
if I use vernacular, I will convert to English so that it would be helpful to all.
So
Is that
we
okay,
have,
GL?
yes, yes, we do have participants from Bangalore,
I
Kannada.
understand. So I will go ahead with only
English.
English alone, and the two master is there.
Yes.
So good to be here. So the topic is we'll go with the PPT presentation. Much of not depending on it, but anyhow, you need to see something. Am I right? So who is helping me, GL sir? The name of the person? I think you have muted it. You have muted it.
I'll forward the presenter. Just hold on.
Or else shall I start with? Otherwise, if somebody put that's better because being a presenter, I should be fully visible to everyone. They might.
Yeah, absolutely.
So good evening to all of you. I think there are about 58 plus is here.
Yet to join a few more.
Yeah, welcome.
We can start.
I think after a long time, maybe after 3 or 4 months, I'm coming back to the online mode, which I'm comfortable, but still offline is my favorite. But it's good that all of us from different zones, we are coming together. So the two topics which were given to me as a part of the FDP theme is flux thinking, one core topic, and another one is very clearly articulated with infragility. The word sounds to be little language orientation. So much of phonetics, but so thinking we know, fragility also we know. So these two things are there. Before that, the purpose of this entire next half an hour is to keep the mind open. So what it flows, I'm not going to teach you. I'm just sharing my thoughts so that every one of us are part of the thinking community. So we will think it in that direction. So we'll go with the presentation. And I would like to see this as a participative interaction. I never believe in monologue. So let's go with the dialogue. Can we?
Yes,
share?
yes, it's being presented. It's being presented. You can share.
Okay, Ronaldo, help me here.
It's not the Ronaldo. It is Vishal. Mukesh will help you out.
Yes. Perfect. This is fine. Next slide. Myself, understood. Next. Yes. Can anyone interpret this PPT quickly? You expected that I'll be doing the solo singing? No way. Quickly, anyone?
Work manager leader, there
Anyone?
exists a relationship there exists a relationship between the leadership styles, sir, work environment.
Good. One more. Anyone else?
Leader leads from the front and the manager commands.
Okay, good. Okay.
Leadership styles on employee productivity, sir.
Okay.
Leader works with the team. Manager just gives direction.
Good. Would you want to be a leader or would you want to be a manager?
Absolutely a leader.
Good. But I think in a practical world of life, we have to understand that we do both the roles. Sometimes we take a leadership role. The main difference is here is the risk taking is done by the leader. The manager is just like showing the direction as someone told. Leader is a front end, so everything comes from there. And thinking is always a leadership role. Manager is most of the time is only direction. So manager role is also, it's a two sides of the coin. And leader is the one who requires thinking, and people literally follows him. So you have to take the lot of responsibility in the hand. So thinking, when it comes to be there, the concept of flux thinking very tell that in a situation when everything is under tough situation, how do you manage it? So at the end of the day, we use the word manager very regularly. Leader, we use it for public notice. For example, political leaders, we never say political managers, we say political leader. When we say bank manager, but I'll tell you one thing, whom in the moment you become a manager, my suggestion or prescription is be 20 to 30% managerial role and convert yourself as a leader. Then only thinking is possible. I would like to request any of you, whomever who is being part, just take some notes so that finally we will consolidate. That would be a better choice. So leadership is equal to responsibility, and responsibility is equal to futuristic thinking. So always there is an uncertainty. There's a considerable element of risk in everything that what we do it. So if you are being part of a management or any other role that you are performing, manager is a set task achieving the goal. That's it all about it. Whereas leader is a one, you have to see the direction, you have to look at the goal, you have to make people to believe to follow you, then only people will come with you. If you are a manager, somebody will be there to assist you. Leader, you have to inspire them to come with you. Am I making sense? You can put thumbs up. Am I making sense? Anywhere, if there is any question or something. So make sure that, I'm not saying that you have to hate manager, but manager is not that much progressive for a futuristic orientation. And what Professor GL has given me is the thinking part is flux. The concept is very simple. You have to face the turbulence. You have to see there is a resistance. You have to see there is a void, but still you have to try and work on it and overcome it. We'll move to the next slide. What is a connection between these four pictures? Don't use ChatGPT. Is there a connection between these four pictures?
Yes, sir. Honeybee and food web. I mean spider web.
Yeah, go ahead. I think Satvik has answered. Good. What about the other two? All four pictures commonality. I'm not talking about two.
It is all about like home for, it's like a biodiversity where every individual organism have their own style of making their workplace.
Good. So one is workplace, another one is work. So we have to put appreciation to Satvik for his trial, and I'm glad for it. All of us can clap for it. What else? We have 50, 60 brains here. What else? The connectivity. Anybody? I could hear from any women quickly so that we have to go to the next slide. Originally. So first is leadership responsibility. What is the commonality? Kiran, Venkatesh, Srimati, Joe, XYZ. What is the commonality? Two clues already is given by Satvik. No clue? Shall I? I thought somebody will answer. Thinking. Anyone? So that I'll move next. We don't need a silence hour. Anybody? I'll ask GL sir to give some chocolates to you later. GL means G. Lawrence sir. Satvik, why don't you try anything else? Because you are the only person who is lending hand to me. Anybody?
Like family, friendship, the relationship. There is a knitted relationship between all the creatures. See,
Good.
being a professional, we can work together to achieve a common objective.
Very good.
And
Very good.
work professional, like a colleague, boss, networking. Sometimes we have self-respect, the relationship, self-care. Someone will be there to handhold. So this is the scenario. It is all about networking.
Okay, fine. I appreciate your brain thinking different direction. Good, because it's your own thinking, no doubt at all. What I meant in this picture is look at all the four are coming from basically three were part of the insect community, whether it is spider, whether it is honeybee, in other one side, you see that. Am I right? And
Snake.
except the bird is only
Snake.
max. Yes.
One belongs to snake, one belongs to insect, one belongs to spider,
Not
one is
more.
bird, sir.
Yeah, one is bird, except the nothing more than the three senses. Am I right? It is not up to the level of that. But the way in which they work, everything works under pressure. Am I right? So when you take about a spider and take about the honeybee, one is stitching, nothing is doing by knowing that I'm constructing. No, that is a natural instinct. Am I right? But still, when they are doing this task and the delivery of the task clearly articulates that there's a specialization, you put a like water or sort of honey orientation on top of the hill with lock and the honey doesn't pour. This is beautiful skill. The other side of it, even a small one level that the way in which it constructs, you need something to big level to hit and break it. And imagine about the nest bird, unbelievable. Am I right? It is in the reverse direction. You can construct another Tanju temple, but you cannot construct a nest bird's home once again. So all of them are having a talent, skill, but look at it, there is a considerable element of commitment in doing their task. Of course, all for survival, somebody spoke on biodiversity, everything to be a part. But the learning thinking comes, we used to always pick up a sort of an anecdote. How does it work? So thinking means inferring and interpretation. I'm talking from the educational psychology point of view. What do you mean by thinking? Thinking is nothing but imagining, visualizing. Am I right? In the whole language dictionary, we have only 5,15,000 words. And our non-verbal communication goes up to 91% in there every day. We speak very little in oral and written. We think that we are speaking too much. 91% of our expression happens through body language. And in this kind of a situation, when you talk about it, the thinking has to be smart. So please note down, thinking is equal to, the second point is thinking is equal to observational intelligence. You need to be agile, alert, vigilant, and what happens around you. That is the most important point in which that we have to observe it. Am I making sense? You can put thumbs up. So these two things you have to develop yourself to make sure that you have to go for the topic. Next slide. We'll go here after quickly. Same here, all these, I don't want to take time. All these were the symbols and emblems of Tamil Nadu government. One is the palm tree, another is the jackfruit. If you take it, all of them were tough characters. Am I right? You don't need water to pour for a palm tree, it will grow. Am I right? Jackfruit is the one which will there for 18 to 20 years. You cannot again, no seed over again. It has got such a quality. The goat which you are seeing is part of the Nilgiris goat, which lives up to 2,400 feet height. And the meaning is when going gets tough, tough gets going. That is flux thinking. Flux thinking under the turbulence, how do you manage yourself? That is the most important thing. In an easy time, that is why the first slide is all about leadership. Leadership is nothing but you should have the capability and the ability to try out about it. That is very important. So all the three first slides of mine is interpretation. So my observation to tell you all of is observe, try to interpret and share, keep sharing it. This is not told by me. This was Mark Twain. There's a popular author who told that visualize, you will see a different world. That's very important to understand. Go to the next slide. This you would have, some of you would have known, some of you would have not known. This we call Bloom's taxonomy.
Taxonomy.
Yeah, it's
Bloom taxonomy.
Yeah, thank you. So this is the 6 steps which we talk about it. Generally, human being do in this way as per Bloom's, not necessarily the same way, but generally that's a most accepted school of thought. So most of the time we study, we get degree, but the question is, do we think? That's a question. Studying is different, getting a degree is different, and thinking is different. Socrates was a thinker and is a thinker, will be a thinker at any time, the way in which he thought of it. Am I right? You have to know about yourself, know the yourself. Am I right? Buddha is a thinker. Am I right? Thiruvalluvar is a thinker. Am I right? So Kalidas is a poet, come thinker, the way in which he visualized it. So if you want to reach, there are 6 levels which is being quoted here. First, the basic one is you have to have the capacity to remember. Not just remember, you have to understand. Not just understand, you have to apply. For example, you know how to drive a bike, where is a brake, a clutch, everything. You understand how does it work, but you have to apply while you are driving it on the road. And quite a few times, if you are getting an accident, you have to know that why you are being highly accident prone. Is it that you are driving not so good, or you are not following the rules, or is it not that you don't have a common sense how to make yourself manageable in a driving situation? And the 5th one is evaluating. Once you are able to do it, you have to evaluate yourself and others. That is why it is at the 5th level. The last one is called creating. So only after these 5 steps, you can go to the level of creating. You cannot straight away jump to the creator. Scientists, innovators, inventors, discoverers, am I right? Mathematicians, all these people who sit and break and brain about it and make sure that creating is the part of the element. In a way, I can say that the more you go to the narrow domain from bottom to top, from broad to narrow, your level of intelligence will go high. So remembering and understanding is a basic skill. Applying and analyzing is a moderate skill. Evaluating and creating is a huge skill. And flux thinking is all about evaluating. That is more important to do it. So how do you create it? That's why we use the word heavily called innovation. How do you do things in a different way? When everybody is doing it in a single direction, how do you do it in a matter? Next slide. So if you have to understand yourself, am I right? Everybody is so much driven to get cash as a salary, commission, remuneration, honorarium, am I right? Interest, capital, jobi, whatever it is. Am I right? If you need to have cash, you must have cash. What is cash? K stands for knowledge.
Knowledge, aptitude, attitude, skills, and habits, sir.
Habits. Am I right? I don't want to explain, but I will tell you one thing. Most of the time we have knowledge because degree will with us. We think that we are a great thinkers. Never. It's one peck of it. Out of 4 boxes, it's one. I will give heavy weightage to attitude. Attitude, what do you mean by attitude? Attitude means how do you respond to a cue, C-U-E. So are you responding?
Predisposition to environment, sir.
I don't want to use exact definitions because people will not understand. Okay, so it's predisposition is nothing but your preconceived way of doing it, and most of the time it is cerebral, brain. Am I right? But if you are training yourself to do it, you can take certain amount of level to control over it. So attitude is all about, people will say that it's a right attitude, wrong, it's all, but again, it's a relative term. What I'm considering as a right attitude to me may be not a right attitude. Let me ask a personal question to somebody here. That how many of you watched, or else I'll tell in a percentage. How many of you have the habit of watching cricket? Just put a thumbs up. I watch cricket. I play cricket. Am I right? Something. What's good? Venkatesh said, okay, good. Venkatesh, what's the difference between the behavior of New Zealand player versus a Pakistani player?
Sir, New Zealand players are very calm, sir, calm and composed. Even though they faced loss in the match, they calm and composed. For example, Kane Williamson, even though he lost the World Cup, sir, in face is very small.
Amazing. Come to Pakistan players. I'm not against Pakistan players, but I'm
okay. They have Got.
They'll be very angry, agony,
Yes, sir.
anxious, quick, and sometimes they will yell at people, like they'll turn toward the umpire and they argue. They're highly emotional. If you look at the
Yes, sir.
attitude, sportsman is a common word, but how the person delivers, it depends upon your individual personality. Sometimes, after becoming an individual personality, it's a group personality. It matters a lot. So, attitude has to be inculcated to the level in which you do it. Third one is skill. We saw the birds, nest bird, all these things. So you develop a skill for yourself to think. And how do we think for it? Thinking is also a skill. You think how to solve the problem. And that is very important to do. The last one, I love it, habits. So what's your habits makes your sense to be there. Somebody says it's a personal one. Yes, it is personal, but everybody has to construct a habit which is useful to you as well as to others. I'm not against fun, but habits is not altogether 100% fun. That's very important. Reading is a habit. Everybody in our resume will write about habits and hobbies. I do gardening, I do listen to music. I have seen in these years like people put so much into that. Am I right? You ask them, why do you refer hobbies in your resume? People will not know that. That will tell you the kind of person you are. Nothing wrong if somebody puts that I love gardening, if somebody puts that I love rock music. Both are same, but it will tell you the personalities, choices, and likingness, and what kind of a persona you are. Even Abdul Kalam play Veena. Like somebody draw painting and X, Y, Z. So you have to, and why habits is there? If you don't have the habits, no, I have the habit of scrolling my mobile phone for 1 hour. And that's my habit. If somebody says that, that's not constructive enough to do that. So habits matters a lot. So this, when you say that I am a thinker, look at all the 4 quadrangular and see that where you do good and where you are average and where you need to improve yourself. That is very important. Anyhow, I don't want to talk about cash. I'm not a money maker. I'm a teacher. Next slide. Cash is your choice. So this we spoke knowledge level and everything. The 6th level, these are all the questions. What kind of questions you have to ask at each level? When you have time, you just go higher order thinking, lower order thinking, and type it in the domain. That will be a fantastic element to do it. When you go to a doctor, the doctor is paid more because he is not just not having a knowledge. He has to evaluate the patient. Similar, tomorrow you become part of your organization, whether you are a teacher, a trainer, a lawyer, professional, doctor, engineer, Jobiho, whatever it is, you have the capacity to develop yourself from knowledge to evaluation. That level of higher order thinking requires a huge amount of workload to think and ink, and it's all about consistently you are hitting it again and again. So that's very important. So follow this model. What are all the keywords have to be used for all these things are there? That will be helpful to you. Next slide. So, and most of the time when we say knowledge and intelligence, we think that intelligence is only for people those who read and get Nobel Prize. Not necessarily. That intelligence could be anything. Naturalist, Salim Ali, a bird lover, am I right? Musician, Bharat Ratna, M.S. Subbulakshmi, logical, mathematical, Ramanujam, existential living being, am I right? What is somebody has to do it, am I right? Many like gurus, yogis, someone like that. Interpersonal, Indra Nui, become CEO, work on it, and making fantastic element. Body like anesthetic, Virat Kohli, am I right? Saina Nehwal, XYZ, whomever. Am I right? Linguistic, poetry, language, Tamil, English, whatever the language you will love to do it. And how do you make that linguistic ability to express? Intrapersonal. One is interpersonal, another one is intrapersonal. I understand myself. J. Krishnamurti, thinker. All these people, those who call themselves as I am a thinker. So I am understanding myself. And last one is spatial. That means your visualization. I mean, right, most of the time, these engineering guys used to do the visualization, but much well. Poetic visualization will never be in realistic world. It is mostly artificially, they will think about it, but doesn't matter. Because that is also because at the end of the day, out of 24 hours, we sleep 8 hours. And in that 8 hours, we do have id, ego, super ego, that works on it. So Think which exists, which intelligence you belong. In that intelligence, you try to develop your knowledge and think in that direction and be expert in that direction. That will make you stronger. Next slide. This question is very popular from Kaizen model. Never believe everything will happen in the next day morning. It will impossible. You have to be consistent with small improvement will lead to a bigger improvement. This opposite concept of Kaizen is called Keirio. One night improvement. Am I right? That's not possible at all. Maybe a hero will come like that on a single night. Somebody says that. Or a person will become one night all of a sudden he'll become a chief minister. But it's not possible in practical. Sometimes we say there are people called prodigies. Prodigies is thinking wise, they are good from childhood level, but that is rare to the rare. We will see huge level of differences from that. Am I right? So ask always question. These 6 words are the key to thinking. How do you get out of the problem? The question is, each one of us are unique, so that one problem will have many solutions. The importance is how the solution makes sensible. That's very important. Next slide. You find out which generation you belong to. I'm sure all of us would most of the time belongs to Exennial 1975 post. I hope nobody would belong to 1979 before. And 2025 Gen Alpha, we are right now having it. Previously, generation gap is all about 2, 3, 5 years. Now I think even 6 months there's a huge change. But the question is, am I right? How one generation translates to the other level. Exactly flux thinking is that. I will tell you why. Because earlier a thing was slowly done. Now the thing is being fastly done. Earlier the thing was so emotional. Today the thing is not at all emotional. Earlier the relationship was very deep. Today the relationship is not deep. So the thinking pattern changes because the generation changes. By changing their attitude, how do you see the world? There's a change in the demographic dividend. Very popular quote to say that change is unchangeable thinking. But that change should be justified and the change should have a logic. Whether agree or disagree, you have to listen to it. I think even I was born in 75 to 85. But if I am not behaving Gen Alpha today in certain times, if I expect my student has to fall in my feet in the morning by looking at me, Guruji, like this, my thinking is old, outdated. Am I right, Satvik sir? He was the one person who answered me. So it's not possible. If it happens, let it be good.
Sir.
It is good, but we cannot force them. Those who falling in the feet is similar thinking. Should today's students come and say hi?
Yes, sir. But sometimes,
Proceed. You're saying something. But sometimes
it will happen, sir. Not at all the time.
Good. If it happens.
Sometimes it may happen, sir.
If it happens, but you cannot force them. Am I right? That is for sure. You cannot force them. Earlier it was forced.
Yes.
Now it is not forced. So the thinking pattern change. Student-teacher relationship. Am I right?
And everything has changed, sir. Earlier the teachers have the prime position. Means teaching is considered as noble profession earlier.
Now it has become a punishment profession, isn't it?
Yes, because of changing the generation.
No, I agree, but it all depends upon change. Doesn't warrant your position, but see to that in a moderate way how far I can adapt to the change. That is a flux thinking. I'll explain what is FLUX later. Go ahead. So that thinking is a foundation. Next slide. So earlier look at it, tech savvy, now tech in it. Earlier communicate with the text, now communicate. Now we all the time look at all the expression. If I put this, I love you, okay, happy, clapping, expression with happiness. At the end of my class, you feel like this. Sometimes after finishing, and then sometimes you think who is speaking. All these symbols were communicating. It is not earlier, am I right? So all these Zen has changed and the thinking, the patterns have changed and there's a lot of changes are there. Next slide. This is a thinking. So Helen Keller was the person you spoke on, teacher and student. Annie Sullivan, the question is, it's a historic combination because thinking is a foundation, will never have shortcut. People, I believe in it. Somebody will not believe in it. I believe in it. There is no shortcut to a great thinking. It has to be thought through. It has to be thought through. It has to be discussed. It has to be integrated. It has to be questioned. Even you might have a fantastic cause, but the fantastic cause will also have a charioteer will have something to beat. That's criticism. Criticism. There's a thesis, there's an antithesis, there's a synthesis. No, my point has to be not questioned. It will never happen. That's why when a student was dumb and deaf, not able to do anything, a teacher came to make sure that the student can speak. And I was a teacher for 23 years. I could not make one. I was not blessed to have one. Maybe I'm not Annie Sullivan because Annie Sullivan's thinking was great. Even you can't see, even you can't speak, even you can't hear much, but doesn't matter. I will through body language, kinesthetic, I can teach you to make a better student. That is the spirit. That is when under turbulence, when a student, it opened the doors of things. That means you need to have an unconditional mindset to believe that this will happen. That's very important. Next slide. This man was here. This man was the combination and outcome of these three books. It was not told by me, it was told by him. These three books were the phenomenal supporter. He said that these three books only define my entire life. Am I right? So this, his thinking, he was a space scientist, he was an atom bomb oriented policy maker for some years, and he was a DRDO scientist, lot of tough decisions, X, Y, Z, all the elements. He says that these three books has given inspiration to me to pick up, because all the three books were great works and literature. Few minutes before I spoke on multiple intelligence. So think which direction you are. Are you visual, observational, so that you can face it? Next slide. So this four picture talks about a good teacher. So you are all being teacher, or I am any thinker. Have patience. That's the first picture. Be taller. Never compromise on your integrity and feel that you are able to do a good job. Am I right? Even you are in mud, you are a flower. These qualities will make your thinking stronger. Or else, if you are part of a bad club, your thinking will become bad. That's a major element. Next slide. I'm pictorially put. I don't know to use words. I don't have time to ask for. These four things will tell you. Am I right? If your first picture tells you are confused, you don't know how to pick up and which one to first, which one to do it. The second one is there that the fruit was not easily able to climb and get it. Or the other one part which poured to inside, you have to put your hands inside and you have to pick it up. The other one which is being there, the tall and fleet, you cannot climb up also. You are a person, if you are being ambiguous in nature, nothing wrong in ambiguity, but you cannot celebrate your ambiguity, that will never make you to think very hope. When you are traveling in the tunnel in a train, am I right? You should have the hope that it will get out of the train. The moment if you close your eyes and say that I don't want to see the tunnel, naturally you cannot see the tunnel, but you cannot see the light when you are coming out of it. Then only you know the difference between dark versus the light. That's experiential learning. Next slide. So these are all the things. So don't teach others, make them to understand. Never believe in thinking wise. When I share it to somebody, jealousy, greedy, it will never work that way. Next. These are all the symbols I spoke, explained. Next slide. So don't follow these things. Stop there. So now exactly I'll finish it in 5 minutes. That's fantastic. 7:10. So today you look at it, we have come to the startup era. So startup era, what do they think? That only idea is equal to money. It's not your caste, it is not your color, it is not your creed, it is not your gender, it is not your family, it is not the place where you are born, it is not the country where you are born. Do you have an idea? Whether that idea is commercially viable. These are all some of the organizations. I think you all know Nika very well, redefined. Am I right? Udan was redefined, Swiggy was redefined. It may become little failure after some time, but it was a try. It is in history. Somebody thought it in a different direction. When I want to go and pray Tirupati Tirumala Devasthanam in the 80s end or 90s beginning, I was never known that we have to stand in a queue for 7 hours, 8 hours, 10 hours. Today you can book the darshan and go for it. It was developed by I.M. Ahmedabad professor. You don't need to worry. The day the IRCTC has come, we all feel comfortable in booking the train ticket, or else you have to go and stand in front of the railway station for hours together to make somebody to make it sure that your tickets has been booked or not. We don't even know that later there is a Tatkal system. Even that Tatkal system has become nullified. Now it is all become online. So successful value proposition, if you want to do it, today flux thinking is important. I am basically a trainer at design thinking. Flux thinking talks about the pressure. A man will be tested under the pressure, will know that. But the only thing is you should not lose your grace and happiness. You have to face it with a smile. When Buddha says that, I think it is a popular quote. The moment you see a problem, if you smile it, half the problem solved. That means you are not being pressurized. You go through these slides later that what are all the stuff. These companies are there, their business model. How do the owners start it in a different way? Next slide. So make sure that what makes you happy, do it. What makes you grateful, do it. Be positive self-talk. You talk to yourself. Thinking, very important part is self-talk. And make a time priority. It's my time, it's me time. And listen whatever your body wants. Am I right? That's very important. You don't crush yourself too much. Thinking always involves in body. Am I right? We used to tell that. You have a good body, you will work good. And make sure that best possible, you will not agree with me, detox from social media. Social media is needed. To what extent, you decide. Because the authenticity is a question mark. Next slide. That will make your thinking. This, please, I will not explain this. Henry Fayol has given 14 principles. To my knowledge, for the last 23 years, I am following to the best of my ability. That will make your thinking in a structured way. Please follow that. Next slide. Fantastic, my favorite. Go and follow this managerial grid. Are you going to the office? If you develop relationship alone, forget and forgive, you will be doomed. If you do only work at 95%, you come out of the place, you are nothing fit, you will not become for a long time, people will not like you. Am I right? If you are managing yourself very well, you are managing the people very well, and make sure that you are part of the organization, the culture will come. That's called managerial concept. Next slide. These are the concept will help you to think better. Few case studies we will see and go for it. Next slide. This man made a place of Gujarat, where a dry place, and he built a fantastic company with his unimaginably flux thinking. He is a hardcore non-vegetarian, went into a vegetarian place. He couldn't eat even for 6 months. He wanted to get away from it. Am I right? Varghese Koreanji. Am I right? Today, Anand Milk Union Limited is the world's largest milk producing society from millions of farmers who are uneducated. And it is one of the #1 dairy, which was the motivation and inspiration to many other state initiatives like Avin, Milma, Nandini, XYZ. That is a flux thinking. A man believed that nothing is impossible. And today you go to a place called Anand in Gujarat. It is one of the place, the kind it means. It was not made in a single night. It is all, I said, the first point, leader, not a manager. Next slide. These are all the examples. So you know what he did it. So much is there. Yeah, next slide. These are all the changes he made it. Next. Next. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Look at, go back here. Today, everywhere you see that people are struggling with agricultural crisis. Next slide. Ninja Cut is a fantastic example, making fruits, vegetables as a possible element to do it, solving a tough problem under circumstances today. It's one of the finest startup in India for the last 5 years. God's sake, it has to go well. So how do they do it? When you have time, you just go and watch it. It is because fruits and flowers and vegetables are the most volatile products, which has been where the intermediaries get more benefit than the farmers. Next slide. It's an example for like using drones. Next, cropping. DHAT is also how do you transfer the money? This solution they are giving. Next. Next. How do they do it? All these things. These examples, Mana, Ninja Card, DHAT, everything, you just go through it. Next slide. It is again a company which talks about Bolant, which talks about, so all ideas are emanating it. Next slide. So disrupt yourself. Am I right? Disturb yourself. Never feel convenience too much. It will kill you. It will never make you to grow. Am I right? There's a word called comfort zone. Break your comfort zone. I'm not saying that break your comfort zone means you have to do a bad activity. No, not at all. Am I right? For moving towards wherever you feel that there is a resistance to change, move it. When going gets tough, tough gets going. Next slide. So D stands for derive, separate, include, unite, repurpose. It's a technique. When you have time, learn for it. This is one of the finest technique for thinking to do it. Next slide. Keep pushing, keep pushing. Till then I say stop, you continue the slide. These are all the slides are there. You can type and get it over it. So how do you make use of it in a much better manner? All examples were given. Yeah. So how do you change? These products are all changed today and make it well. Now it has become fruit, become powder. Then jackfruit has become powder. And it has become, this lady had made an incubator in hand for children. She is a Harvard student. How she thought of it. Because in India, not all the children is having the facility to Janchen. Next slide. She made possible today. It's affordable, you can buy. She came to India for studies, for a project, and she thought that a lot of children were struggling. She studied in a newspaper and she made it as a possible. Yeah. Next is changing a chocolate into an energy bar, making the look at the way in which it has been done. Am I right? Next slide. These are all the companies which are working and thinking. I have given enough examples. I don't want to too much. Go to the next slide. Here. Down. Momos. Stop there. 1 point and finish. So all of you, thinking means innovate. Sir, I'm not an innovator. No need to be. At least being part of that innovation system. You might be an assistant. You might be a helper. You might be a trainer. You might be a teacher. You might be helpful. You might be good in recording. You might be a part of the team. Individuals will never win the race. Team only will win. That's a major point. Next slide. None of us know this. We know Surya, Ajit, XYZ, all actors, politicians, everything. Is there anybody who knows who is this? We don't know that. I don't want to take time. Next slide. Who is this? We know that. Satvik sir, who is this? Elon Musk. Am I right?
Elon Musk, Tesla, sir, electronic.
Everybody know him. But the fun is, next slide. He did not come with a product called semiconductors or something. These people worked hard for 20 years, make sure that electric vehicles, lithium batteries were found by them. They were inventors, but Elon Musk is user. So you don't need to be.
Their contribution towards that semiconductor that utilized by this Elon Musk for product development.
Nothing wrong. He used it. Same. You also can either a maker or a user. So never say that I will never be a part of it. If you don't want to be a part of it, you can't improve. Next slide.
Yes, sir.
So invention, I will tell you it's not our job. It is mostly S&T domain, but you have to be aware of it. Commercialization, how to make money is our choice. Next slide. So it's all about era of innovation. That's why Lawrence has given me a thought of thinking. So thinking has all these foundations, be agile. Next slide. Next. So first, try to see the problem. Research, use your experience. Sometimes your personal experience also can help you. Think. Next slide. Look at what market it works. Who are all the people who are buying it? I'm sure 20 years after, we all will buy oxygen packets. And niche market. 20 years before, none of would have thought that we'll pay 20 to 25 rupees to buy a water bottle, even while traveling. That's a change. Niche market, a small market can also be available for a product, because India has got 140 crore plus. By the time I'm telling, there would be a baby born. Next slide. So work on a solution. Think, discuss, come out of a value proposition. Next slide. So prepare a product. Next slide. So for all these things, watch, not just wearing a watch. Last class, it's my favorite quote. So your words, attitude, thoughts, your heart is nothing but pumping machine. It's a passion and compassion. That will help you to grow thinking. Next slide. So your head, heart, and hands. You have to think. For the thinking, you should be affectionate. For that, you have to dirt your hands. Next slide. So flux is nothing but fast, uncharted, liquid, experiential. The world has changed from VUCA, volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguity. So from VUCA, we have moved to flux. VUCA is also a concept in 1970 till it is popular. Now everything is so fast. Get ready for the fast thinking. I'm not saying that you have to become mad, but think that there's a change and that change is also getting faster. Am I right? Always mind is greater than anything. Even whatever the science it comes to be there, it's all come with it, driven with the spirit. So ready to be fast, ready to be liquid, ready to face the challenge. For that, the base is important. I always believe, even if you want to invent something new, you have to have a base from the past. Those who do not know the past will not change the future. Those who are not thinking for the future will not create a history. Then they will never have a past at all. So think, and keep thinking it. Next slide. Thank you very much. Done.
Sir,
So, Dr. Sati, just a minute, just a minute. So, thank you, Professor Saravanan, for having dealt, on the topic flux thinking and anti-fragility, fragility, and then again, you started, just the thought-provoking, questions put forward to the participants. Who is the leader and who is the manager? And from there, you took us, with a lot of the observation capacity. You observe, from observe you think, and thinking doesn't happen just like that. It is, is you have to infer and interpret, and then from there you move on with a lot of examples, and how our thinking happens, using Bloom taxonomy, and then cash concepts. Okay. And the crust of the messages, of the the entire presentation is about the flux. That F stands for fast, that is accelerating, that is continuous, exponential changes. If you are not able to expecting the, if you don't do the exponential change, nothing will happen, and agility and rapid decision making. And again, the L stands for liquid, which means a flexible, and the startup companies, they're very flexible and never thought, they did not have any boundaries. So therefore, the boundaryless and adaptive to the systems. And the U, that is uncharted, which means actually that is the best example for the Varghese Kurian, known to the unknown. And into the, you use the novelty in every, from being a non-vegetarian, purely non-vegetarian, to a vegetarian, moving to vegetarian, a tough task. Okay, so novelty, and then a strategic foresight and scenario planning has to has to happen. Actually, because we are into the world of 5-point industrial revolution, 5.0 industrial revolution, and therefore that's a need change. And it's, you have to be experimental, that is, iterative, test and learn, and innovate. It should be innovative driven. So thank you so much for having dealt the topic very deeply, and giving us the the thought provoking
I should thank you. I should thank you for considering me. I'm so glad the topic is where I was known for design thinking, flux thinking. I was just sitting and preparing it. I was aware, but known to be there, but still it was giving me a lot of ideas. Infragility, I did not touch too much. It's nothing but you should be not touched by disruptions. That's as simple as possible. That's why I kept the flux at the end. I did not. I always went for the base so that I want to end up with flux. Thank you.
Thank you. The dear participants, the floor is open to you. The virtual floor is open to you for any questions and queries to the resource person. Yes, Dr. Satvik.
Sir, good evening, sir. Actually, your session was very informative and knowledge sharing. I have one query, sir. Like when it comes to from VUCA to Flux, the business environment has undergone many changes. Give me some like 1 or 2 tips how to cope up with this transformation. Like from earlier, VUCA speaks about problematics and all, but whereas Flux is all about somewhat transforming. So what kind of strategies a corporate or individual has to adopt this?
So VUCA is basically a concept introduced in 70s. India opened its market in 90s. We were become part of VUCA only after 2000. So I'm talking about UCA 2000 India. So India has become corporatized from family business in the last 20-25 years. That which 2004 to 2012 government was one, 2012 to this present government one. So VUCA for us, two major elements. One is COVID, and prior to that, we have the opening the economy. So VUCA was not a big deal, I think so. The volatility, uncertainty. But I strongly have a fear. I use the word fear because flux is a fantastic opportunity. We have to be fast and liquid. But I have a little fear. I am maybe sort of, I'm not saying a conservative, I'm little phase by phase risker, where the change should not be so fast. If the so fast will never make us to learn anything, the solid foundation will go. So, for example, you take the case with Byju's. Byju's revolutionized the tuition format in India by coming out of it. That was a fantastic idea. But unfortunately, the company was not able to sit and think and make it as a point. Now, A is disturbing a lot. Whether the online, offline combination, full-time UG, PG, that's a question. So my suggestion is Flux is a good one. We have to adapt, no other way to go. But I still believe we have to be strong in foundation. We should not sacrifice it. As far as learning, as far as thought process, as far as innovation, fast is okay to me. But fastly forgetting values, I'll never be okay to it. I'm a little old school of thought of guy. But because integrity is very important for company, we should not lose that. So Flux is a fantastic opportunity. Companies should find transparent way of doing business. That's my view.
Dr. Satvik, is that okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you for your.
Thank you. Thank you. Is there any participants who wants to ask questions, any queries?
All of them are deep. All of them are deeply thinking.
Yeah, no problem. So, just I would request before we wind up the sessions formally, I request all the participants to unmute your video so that we can take one photographer. I would request the technical team to take a
Satvik, thank you for participating. All the other participants also my respectful pranams to each one of them. Oh, Joe is here. Joe did not ask any question.
Yeah, technical team, have you done? Have you done with? Okay, thank you, dear participants. You can mute your video. Thank you. So we'll move for the formal, winding up of the session. So MC team, you can take over.
Appreciation is the simplest yet most meaningful way to acknowledge every contribution. As we approach the conclusion of today's program, I now invite Mr. Leo Dinesh to propose the vote of thanks. Thank you, Mr. Leo Dinesh, for expressing your heartfelt gratitude. The knowledge we gained today becomes the confidence with which we face tomorrow. With this, we conclude the third day of our national level virtual faculty development program on behalf of PG and Research Department of Management Studies, Sacred Heart College, Autonomous, Tirupattur. I extend my sincere appreciation to our respected resource person, head of the department, faculty members, organizing committee, on all the participants for making today's program a memorable learning experience. We look forward to your enthusiastic participation tomorrow as we explore AI symbiosis and Industry 5.0. This is Manoj signing off. Thank you. Have a pleasant evening.